Guys, what is up? So I'm super excited to talk about this topic. This week it's on positivity. The 3 questions that I asked this week were, are you a glass half empty or a glass half full person? What are the things that get you down? And what is something you do to cheer yourself up? So the reason that I'm even asking these questions is because I've really been struggling with this probably for the last couple months, because I've had this big idea and I've had this big project in mind that I want to do. And right now it seems so much bigger than me. And it's so easy just to fall into the path where like I look at myself in a lesser way and I'm like, I can't do this, man. There's no way. But God keeps calling me to it and I can't get it out of my head. So I'm just going to roll with it. But it's terrifying. Positivity is positioning of your perspective. That's all that positivity is. This is something that I've always struggled with. A lot of times I just get angry and upset by the little things, and then it sets the tone for the rest of my day. Lila. You guys, that was exhibit A, how you can take a little thing and make it a negative thing. My dog annoys me so much. Sometimes I'll wake up and it's not sunny enough and I'll be in a bad mood for the whole day. I probably shouldn't be giving any advice on it. This was something that I struggled with for a long time because for a long time I really struggled with lust. What I realized was I was letting these thoughts just sit in my head, and then it was making me into a person that I hated. Every thought that's in your head, that comes into your head, you have control of. You have the ability to say, yes, this thought can stay, or no, this thought has to go. You are in control of these thoughts, much more than you think you are. You have the authority. And I think putting this into practice is kind of hard because a lot of people just don't realize the things that they're sitting and thinking about. If we let one thing derail our thoughts to this negative place, then all of them are going to line up with that if you don't put yourself in control of your thoughts. I have this massive idea and I am so small. And it's so easy just to be like, man, it's too big, I can't do it. But what I've realized is once I start thinking of it a different way, oh, I can do this small step today, I get that step done and I'm a massive step closer to accomplishing what I'm setting out to do. And a lot of times God has given us this purpose, or maybe it's to go through nursing school, to finish nursing school. And these classes are getting hard, man. These classes are getting hard and they're stacking up on top of each other. There's too much work. And it's so easy to get caught up in what is going on. And you're like, oh my gosh, no, this is too much. I can't do it. And you're telling yourself this. And it just gets ingrained in your head. And what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to do it if you keep telling yourself that. Another thing I think of is when I was in diving, there were so many times where I was like, man, I can't do this dive. It's too hard. And then my coach would be like, literally just say that you can do it and then do it. And I was like, girl, who you think I is? And I would go up there. I would sit there and rock on my feet. And I would be like, I can do this. Until I thought that I could do it. Then I acted on it. I didn't think about it anymore. And I went and I did it. And I was like, dang, I can do this. And sometimes it would be the same dive over and over again. And I would have to tell myself, I can do this. Until I could get myself off the board, even though I have done it before. But your mind is such a powerful thing. And if you give it the right authority, it's going to bring you down. If you get it the authority to be positive, imagine the things that you can do. Let's say you lose your job and you are devastated. You're like, man, I thought this was the thing that I was going to do forever. I loved this job, but I lost it. And how am I supposed to get any better? There isn't anything better out there for me. And man, this sucks. How am I supposed to make rent this month? All these things. You're like, man, this is the worst. And I'm only going to go down from here. If you're thinking that way, you're going to look that way. And when you look in that direction, you're going to see opportunities and you're going to be like, okay, I guess that works. But if you set your eyes on something greater, let's say you lose the same job, but instead of being like, man, this sucks, you're like, man, this really sucks, but What if this is just kind of leading me in a direction where I get to pursue my dream even deeper? If this company, like maybe this company wasn't the exact one that I needed to work with, and it was a different one that's going to give me more benefits, that's going to be more of a positive environment. Maybe this is a step in the right direction, because you had no control of it in the first place. You had no control of losing your job, let's say, and it happened. And you can either look down and go in that direction, or you can look up and go in that direction. You are in complete control of your thoughts. And dependent on what you choose is where you will go. I've heard this quote, it's like, what a man thinketh he is. I think that's what it is. But whatever our head is thinking, those thoughts turn into actions. And your actions define who you are. Why not start at the beginning, change those, so your actions are positive, and then who you are is a positive person. A person that is driven, a person that is full of purpose and is excited about what they're doing. This is an option, guys, but it's so easy just to like take the easier mind road. And I think a lot of times it's just you don't know what's going on in your head. Like you're not thinking about the fact that you're being negative about every single little thing that is popping into your life. And it's so easy just to roll with it like that. One of my favorite verses. Also, I don't have any of them memorized, so I'm looking at it so I don't say it wrong. Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. In the Bible, it's literally a command. And God doesn't give us commands to condemn us. He doesn't give us these commands so that we feel like we have a lot to do, that we feel like we have so many burdens that we have to deal with. This is literally a freeing statement. It's saying that if you think on these things, that's what you're going to get in turn. So if you think about the things that are lovely, you're going to get the things that are lovely. If you think about the things that are pure, you're going to get the things that are pure. If you think about what is right, you're going to do things that are right. Where we position our mind is where our perspective will be. And where that perspective is, you're either going to see it as, man, this situation sucks, or man, look at the potential that could come out of this. And that's going to put you in the direction of where you go. If you're thinking about being afraid of this thing, you're going to act out in fear, and it's going to make you do lesser things. Let's say that I'm afraid of doing this project and I'm like, man, I don't think I can do it. I'm just going to give up for it today. I'm too scared to do it. Like, it's too much. Then I just fell a step behind. If I look at it in a positive way and I'm like, I can knock out one little thing at a time and eventually I'm going to get to my goal. I'm moving one step closer. Your mind is in control of your actions, and your actions will lead you to where you're going. So you have a choice. You don't have to be like, man, I really want to be a positive person, and then try to just be happy all the time. That's not what it's about. It's about looking at your life in a way of hope rather than of darkness. That sounds like really like intense, but that's what it is. Literally, you can either look at it as I can go somewhere, or I'm going to stay in this pit. Two options. Okay? So my challenge for you is, even if you don't believe that this is possible, even if you don't believe that you're in control of your thoughts, you're like, man, these things pop in my head. I can't just like choose what I'm thinking about. I can't just choose to be happier. Yeah, it's a process, but I'm challenging you to realize what those thoughts are, take one of them captive, and then try to flip it around. So for me, it was like, if I had a lustful thought, I would stop it in my head. I would be like, oh my gosh, like, why am I thinking like this? And then I would be like, okay, I need to think of something else. And I would think of like, oh, something that I'm really excited to do this weekend. And like that, all you have to do is fill that void with another thing, you know? And that's why God's like, fill your head with what is pure, what is lovely. And if you fill your heart and your mind with the right things, all these things will be added to you, you know? If God, the creator of all things, is literally like Think about these things. Don't you want to take that advice? Isn't that the better way out anyway? Isn't thinking about the good things that could happen better than sitting and being sad under your own little rain cloud? But will it get you anywhere? Absolutely not. So this is your challenge. I want you to figure out something that's really bothering you a lot and try to flip that perspective. Okay? It's a tough one, but I'm telling you, it's all for your benefit. Okay? I love you guys.